Hi, my fellow pupils. Welcome back or to my channel. I'm Carissa, if you don't know who I am. And it is currently 5 o'clock. And it's Tuesday. Everyone knows it sucks. We're going to do a life update, which you already know by the title. So, we're going to be talking about school, panic attacks. If you don't know that I have those, now you do. Just life and people that are annoying. So 4 things. So, yeah. The first one I said was school, right? Well, everyone knows school sucks, right? Yeah. So, I do want an education, but literally, I've gone through so much, I barely am at school anymore, that I can't keep up with my work. Literally, I have like 40s in my classes because I have like tons of projects to do, tons of tests to make up, tons of God knows what else to do. And then my teachers are always like, oh yeah, we'll give you more time. But they don't. No. They just stare at their little desks. And they're like, oh, yeah, get to work. Does anyone else agree with me? I have to read 350 pages by like next week, and I don't even have a book. Like, issues. Oh, and we moved areas onto my floor with this little beanbag chair and this thing, cause like Christmas spirit and all, right? So now I can just like relax, but like not really. Okay, since I haven't really talked about my panic attacks much on my channel, let's talk about what brings them on. And if you don't know what panic attacks are, they are things that are brought on by stress and anxiety and nerves. Some can be brought on by excitement. Mine are normally stress and anxiety and claustrophobia, if that's how you say it. Has a big part in mine because a lot of people's panic attacks are very, very different. No one's are like. Some people could just be shaking or be completely silent and just stare into space. That's their panic attack. But mine is where I'm shaking constantly. My eyes roll back. It's like my bones are popping, like it hurts. Really bad. Not to get like deep or anything, but yeah. And I'm not trying to be dramatic or overreact. I'm just trying to talk about it to let other people who are going through possibly the same thing or just want to get a little bit more information be aware of what's going on in someone's who's having a panic attack's view. Don't know if I said that right, but let's roll with it. So, in my panic attacks, it's like I'm suffocating, like hyperventilating, which is just breathing in and out really fast, like after you've ran a mile or something, but constantly. Some people, they will faint if they do that, but I don't, which sucks, because if I fainted, it would be over. But I start to hyperventilate, and I will shake really bad, like my whole body, like a seizure, but it's not a seizure for me, but they look almost the exact same, at least for mine. And it's almost like you're drowning, and when people try to touch you, or for me, it makes it worse just because I get scared and I'm very, 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 very claustrophobic. So yeah. And due to these panic attacks, I've had to go to the emergency room 4 times one from on the side of the freeway, because I had one in the car, two from school, and then one from my aunt's house. And all these panic attacks were over almost an hour long. If you can imagine someone stabbing you constantly, that's the pain I am in every time. And the more people who watch, the more people who make fun of me and say, oh, look at that girl. Oh, I'm Carissa. I'm shaking. And think it's funny and thinks I'm just trying to get attention. Well, I'm not. And if I was faking, you would be able to tell. This is something to actually take serious and not something you would take lightly. I've had to go to multiple doctors to try to figure out what is going on, if it's just stress or if there's something actually wrong, like mentally. But this does take a toll because I am always tired. My legs always get hurt from them. They might get scratched up during the panic attacks, or I find bruises on my head from fainting. Cause like, I'll have it and it's, okay, so you know that like feeling when you have to throw up? It's like that. Like, I can tell when I'm gonna have one. So normally, recently, since I've gotten my medication for it, I've just left the classroom with my nurse's pass and either gone to the bathroom, the nurses, the counselors, just somewhere where I can either relax or have the panic attack without the whole class having to either evacuate the room or just sit there in silence and watch me while I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, not being able to see or hear anything, and I'm just exhausted. That's why school is being so hard for me right now. And I'm trying to take a positive view on this. I'm not trying to look at the negative side all the time, even though there's a big negative side toward it. It'll take a toll mentally and physically, as I've said, just because you feel like you're going insane. And I'm not trying to be funny at the moment, but it's very difficult. And when you have a group of friends and people that comfort you, like give you hugs or walk around the hall with you, make sure you're doing okay, check up on you, or just make you laugh when you're feeling upset, or if you're crying, they'll cry with you, or whatever. That soothes a lot of things. Personally, for me, I don't know about anyone else, but my family, a lot of my family has had panic attacks. Like my brother, my older brother, and my mom, they both had panic attacks when they were younger, and still to this day. And my best friend Brianna, who I've done a video with, I think, she also has panic attacks, and we've been going through this together. Even though I'm not gonna say mine are worse, but just because I know they take a toll on her too, and she gets very emotional about them, as do I. But I do think mine are a little bit more violent than hers might be. I haven't seen her have one, but the way she talks about them, I do believe that. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to say other people's panic attacks are more important or they're harder. They can be, but I'm not specific. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah. So, and I'm not trying to single her out or anything, just saying. And then life in general, my panic attacks have put me on so many setbacks. I can't hang out with my friends as much because my mom is scared I'll have a panic attack in public. Can't ride the bus home to school. To school and from, which causes my mom to lose work hours, which could get her fired, which makes me heartbroken, because my mom having to give up the money that we need and having to go through all that emotional side of everything It's very hard for her to watch me have to go through this. And as it would for any parent. And my parents have paid for me to go on this trip a long time ago with the school during spring break, and now I might not be able to go because of my panic attacks, because it's on a plane going to Washington and whatever. And yeah, so, and it just keeps me, I feel like I'm inside more. I'm eating a lot more sugar, which is horrible for me, especially because I don't have a high metabolism like a lot of people. So yeah, and I'm not trying to make anyone sad with this. Just want to let people know what I'm going through, how I feel, and I hope you guys will support me and others who you know have panic attacks or are going through something very harsh in their life. It's just very difficult. If you could support them rather than make fun of them, it'll help them and it'll make you into a better person. I know plenty of people at my school who's made fun of me and Brianna and just laugh and think it's hilarious, like I've said. But that's their perspective. And if someone wants to act like that towards me or others, they're not going to get anywhere in life. They're just going to stay being that horrible person. And that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys got a little bit more of an understanding and information if you needed it or just were curious. So yeah, bye guys.